In the distant reaches of the galaxy, the great galactic empire ruled many star systems. The empire was strong and proud. Its ships flew across space like storms, and its soldiers kept order with strict rules. Many planets bowed before the empire. Few dared to challenge its power. Far away from the center of the empire was a small, quiet planet called Nara. Nara was green and blue, with large forests and wide oceans. The people of Nara lived simple lives. They farmed, built small towns, and told stories of old days. The empire did not pay much attention to Nara. The planet seemed weak and unimportant. On Nara lived a young man named Ben. Ben was curious and brave. He liked to explore the forests and learn about old Earth stories. Earth was the home of humanity a long time ago, but no one knew much about it now. The Empire's history books said Earth was lost many years back, but Ben felt there was more to the story. One evening, while Ben was in a small cave near the edge of the forest, he found a strange box hidden under some rocks. The box was old and dusty. Ben carefully opened it. Inside was a small device with lights and buttons. Ben pressed one button and a screen lit up. On the screen, a voice began to speak. It was an old message from Earth, recorded many years ago. The voice said, "To those who find this message, know this: humanity is strong and will never give up. Even if the stars are dark, we will rise again. We warn all who seek to harm us. We do not stop until it is ash." Ben listened closely. The words filled him with a strange hope and fear. He knew the Empire was strong, but maybe humans had a secret power. Maybe they could fight back. Ben took the device to this small village. He showed it to his friend Sarah, a smart woman who loved technology. Sarah looked at the device with wide eyes. "This is real. This message is from Earth's last days. We thought all of that was lost." Together, Ben and Sarah began to search for more devices and records. They found maps, blueprints, and old stories. They learned that humans once built great ships and weapons. The message was a warning to the galaxy. Humans would not stop fighting until they won or everything was destroyed. Meanwhile, far away, in the Empire's capital, high in the sky towers of the giant city of Vexor, the Empire's leaders gathered. They were worried. Reports came from their spies about strange activity near Nara. The Empire's spies had seen new ships being built in secret. They heard rumors of human weapons being tested. The Empire's leader, a cold man named Lord Varn, looked at the reports. Humans on Nara. They were supposed to be weak. Why are they making weapons? Are they preparing to fight us? His advisor, a tall woman named Tira, answered. The humans have always been underestimated. We should watch them closely. They may have secrets we do not know. Lord Varn nodded. Send more spies. We must find their plans before it is too late. Back on Nara, Ben and Sarah worked harder. They formed a small group of friends who believe in the human spirit. They began to train in secret. They built small machines and practiced with old weapons. They knew the Empire might come to stop them, but they did not fear. One night, as Ben looked at the stars, he felt a strange power inside. He thought of Earth's message. Humanity had survived so much before. They had hope and courage. They would not be crushed by the Empire. Suddenly, a loud sound came from the sky. Ben and his friends ran outside. A small scout ship from the Empire appeared, shining bright lights on the village. The Empire was watching now. The quiet threat was no longer hidden. The scout ship sent a message. Humans of Nara, stop your weapons, build or face destruction. Ben stepped forward. We will not stop. We only want freedom. The scout ship fired a warning shot near the village. The ground shook, but no one was hurt. Ben's heart beat fast, but he stood strong. Sarah whispered, "This is the moment. We must show the Empire who we are." Ben nodded. The quiet humans were ready to rise. The stars watched silently as a small planet's quiet threat began to grow. The galaxy would soon know that humans were not weak. They were a storm waiting to break free. After the warning shot, the people of Nara knew the Empire was watching closely. Ben and his friends understood that their time to hide was almost over. But they also knew something important. They were not alone, and they had strength from the past. Ben and Sarah gathered their small group in a secret place deep inside the forest. It was a hidden bunker built long ago by humans from Earth. The bunker held many old machines, tools, and plans that could help them build better weapons and ships. It was their secret arsenal. Sarah looked around with excitement. We have the knowledge of Earth here. We can make ships faster than the Empire's scouts. We can build weapons that surprise them. Ben nodded. The Empire thinks humans are weak. They do not know what we can do. We must be ready. The group worked day and night. They took old blueprints and mixed them with new ideas. They built small spaceships first. Fast and quiet, these ships could move without being seen by the Empire's sensors. Then, they made stronger weapons that could break shields many times, stronger than anything the Empire used. While they worked, the people of Nara helped in many ways. Farmers grew extra food for the group. Builders fixed broken machines. Everyone shared hope and courage. Ben's small team became leaders of this hidden effort. He trained new fighters who had never held a weapon before. He taught them to think like the enemy and to use their world's forests and caves as cover. Sarah worked on the machines. She was clever and patient. Sometimes she stayed up all night fixing parts or testing engines. She believed in their cause and wanted to prove that humans could be powerful. But the Empire did not wait. Their spies watched from space and from hidden planets. They sent small attacks to test Nara's defenses. One night, a small group of Empire soldiers landed near a mining camp. The humans fought back with the new weapons. Ben led the defense. The battle was fast but fierce. The Empire soldiers were surprised. They expected easy victory. But the humans fought with skill and heart. The humans won and forced the Empire to retreat. After the fight, Ben stood with his friends. This is only the start. The Empire will send more. We must be ready. Sarah nodded. We have to keep building and training. We must show the galaxy that humans will not be easy to defeat. Word of the fight spread quietly through nearby star systems. Some began to see humans in a new light. They whispered stories of the small planet that fought back. Some even sent secret help, supplies, tools, and messages of support. The Empire's leader, Lord Varn, was angry. Humans are a threat. We must crush them before they grow. His advisor Tira warned Lord Varn. The humans have hidden strength. They fight like no other species. We should be cautious. But Lord Varn was proud and did not want to admit fear. Send more ships, find their weapons, destroy their leaders. The Empire will not fall. On Nara, Ben and Sarah prepared for what was coming. They sent messages to friendly systems, asking for help. They built more ships and tested new weapons. The hidden arsenal grew stronger each day. Ben looked at the stars and thought of Earth. Our ancestors fought many battles. We must be as strong as they were. We will not stop until freedom comes. Sarah smiled. The galaxy does not know it yet, but humans are rising. We will surprise them all. One day, a message arrived from a distant planet. It was from an old friend named Mark, a human living on a colony far from Nara. Mark said, "We hear what you are doing. We want to join you. We have ships and fighters ready." Ben felt hope grow stronger. The fight was no longer only on Nara. It was becoming a true rebellion. As the sun set over the forests, Ben and Sarah stood together. The quiet planet was no longer a secret. The Empire knew humans had begun to fight back. The hidden arsenal was ready. The stars shone above, silent, witnesses to the rising storm. The galaxy would soon feel the power of humanity, not weak or small, but fierce and determined. The small planet Nara had changed. What once seemed quiet and weak now buzzed with secret energy. The hidden arsenal had grown. Humans built new ships and trained harder than ever. The time had come to show the galaxy they would fight. Ben stood on a high hill looking at the stars. The fleet of human ships waited silently in space nearby. They were small but fast and packed with new weapons. The humans were ready for their first strike against the Galactic Empire. Sarah joined Ben. "Are you ready?" she asked. Her voice was calm but strong. Ben nodded. We must be. This strike will send a clear message. The Empire will know we are not afraid. The plan was simple but bold. The humans would attack an important Empire outpost called Vera Station. It was a supply base for the Empire's fleets. Destroying it would slow the Empire's power and show the galaxy that humans were back. As the human ships moved closer, tension filled the air. The fleet commander, a woman named Leela, gave orders. All ships, stay sharp. This fight is our chance to change history. The Empire did not expect an attack. Their guards at Vera Station were relaxed. They saw humans as weak and slow. But when the human ships appeared suddenly, alarms screamed. The battle began with loud flashes of light and strong blasts of energy. Humans moved fast, dodging enemy fire and striking with precision. Their weapons were new and powerful, breaking the Empire's shields one by one. Ben watched the fight from the command ship. His heart pounded. He saw young fighters who had trained only for this moment. They fought with courage and hope. One pilot, named Nia, led her small squad deep into the station's defense lines. Her ship moved like a swift shadow. She destroyed enemy turrets and helped other pilots, the Empire's soldiers, fought back hard. They had bigger ships and more weapons, but the humans used clever tricks. They worked together, supporting each other. They used the planet's special mines to hide and attack when least expected. The battle lasted many hours. The station shook as fires spread. Slowly, the humans took control. Finally, the Empire's commander at Vera Station sent a message. We surrender. Your power is greater than expected. Ben listened. The humans had won their first strike. The victory was small but important. It was a warning to the Empire and a sign of hope to others. The humans did not destroy the entire station. They left part of it standing to show mercy and to prove they wanted peace, not endless war. But the message was clear. Humans would fight to protect their freedom. Back on Nara, the news spread fast. People cheered quietly, proud of the small team who had dared to strike first. Ben and Sarah knew this was only the beginning. The Empire's leaders met in their giant towers. Lord Varn was furious. How did humans grow so strong? They are a threat to all we build. Tira, his advisor, said, we must be careful. This strike shows humans are ready to fight. They have courage and new weapons. Lord Varn shook his head. We will crush them. But we must not waste time. The galaxy cannot fall to humans. The humans' victory gave hope to many star systems under the Empire's rule. Secret messages arrived on Nara from rebels who wanted to join the fight. The humans were no longer alone. Ben looked at the stars again. He felt the weight of what had begun. This fight will be long, but we will not stop. We have the spirit of Earth inside us. Sarah smiled. The galaxy will remember this day. The day humans took their first step to freedom. The quiet planet had spoken loud. The humans had shown the galaxy they were back. The Empire would never forget the first strike. The battle for the future was only starting after the first strike. On Vera Station, the galaxy was changing. The small planet Nara was no longer just a quiet world. It had become a symbol of hope and courage. More systems began to hear about the humans who dared to fight the mighty galactic empire. Ben and Sarah knew the fight was getting harder. The Empire was angry and ready to respond with full force. But the humans were ready too. They had new allies, and more systems wanted to join their cause. On Nara, the secret base was busy day and night. Ships arrived from distant colonies, bringing supplies, weapons, and fighters. The hidden arsenal grew larger and stronger. People worked together, united by the dream of freedom. Ben gathered the leaders of the growing human resistance. The Empire will not stop, he said. We must be ready to fight and protect those who join us. We must be smart, quick, and strong, Sarah added. Our weapons are better now. We have learned from the battles. But the Empire has many ships. We must use the stars and the planets to our advantage. The Resistance sent teams to nearby systems. Their mission was to inspire others, sabotage Empire supply lines, and gather more friends. Ben led one group himself. They traveled in small, fast ships, striking at weak Empire outposts. One night, Ben's team landed on a mining world called Drala. The Empire had a large fuel depot there. Needed for their fleets, Ben's fighters worked carefully. They planted charges on the fuel tanks and left before the Empire's soldiers noticed. When the fuel depot exploded, it slowed the Empire's ships for weeks. News of the attack spread. More star systems began to ask, who are these humans? Why are they fighting the Empire? Back on Nara, Sarah worked on new weapons. She improved the engines of their ships, making them faster and able to hide better. She also designed small drones that could scout enemy movements without being seen. The Empire responded by sending its strongest fleet to Nara. The sky near the planet darkened with powerful ships. Lord Varn himself commanded the fleet, determined to end the human threat. Ben watched the approaching fleet. He knew this battle would be one of the biggest yet. He gathered his pilots and fighters. We are outnumbered, but not outmatched. We fight for our homes, our families, and our freedom. Stay brave. The battle began above Nara, the Empire. Ships fired huge beams of energy and launched waves of fighters. The humans used every trick they knew. They hid in asteroid fields, used their fast ships to confuse the enemy, and attacked in small groups. Leela, the fleet commander, shouted orders. Focus on the enemy leaders. Break their formation. Protect the planet. Ben flew his ship with skill and courage. He led a squadron through the enemy lines and destroyed a large Empire battleship. The fighters cheered as they saw their enemy fall. The battle was long and hard. Many human ships were lost, but the Empire's fleet was pushed back. The humans had won another victory. The Empire had failed to take Nara. After the battle, Lord Varn was furious. Humans are becoming a real problem. We must find a way to crush their spirit, Tira warned. The humans are different. They fight with heart and hope. Our weapons may destroy ships, but their will is harder to break. Ben and Sarah knew this was true. The humans fought not just with weapons, but with courage and hope for a better future. The growing resistance began to spread. More planets sent fighters and supplies. The humans started to build a real fleet, strong enough to challenge the Empire. In many places, Ben stood on a hill looking at the stars. He thought about the future. We are not alone. We fight for all who want freedom. The galaxy is waking up. Sarah joined him. The Empire fears us now. They know humans will not stop. We fight not to destroy, but to protect. The rising resistance was a spark in the dark galaxy. The Empire's control was shaking. The humans from Nara were becoming legends. The fight was far from over. But the humans had shown the galaxy something important. Even the smallest planet could rise and change the stars. The galaxy was tense. The small planet Nara had grown from a quiet world into the heart of a strong human resistance. The Empire could no longer ignore the humans. Its fleets were gathering for a massive attack. The battle for freedom was about to reach a critical point. Ben stood on the command bridge of the human flagship. The ship was named Liberty. Around him, his friends and leaders prepared for the fight. The Empire's fleet was moving fast toward a vital star system called Rova. If the Empire took Rova, they would control the region and cut off supplies too. The human resistance, Leela, the fleet commander, spoke with clear voice. This battle will decide much. We must protect Rova at all costs. Every ship and every fighter matters. Ben nodded. We fight not just for ourselves, but for all who want freedom. The Empire wants control. We want peace. Sarah was on the weapons console. She checked the ship's systems carefully. The humans had improved their weapons since the last battles. Their ships had stronger shields and faster engines. The small drones Sarah designed scouted ahead to warn them of dangers. The Empire's fleet appeared on the edge of Rova's system. It was larger and stronger than ever. Huge battleships and countless fighters surrounded the star system like a dark storm. The Empire's ships moved in tight formation, ready to attack. Ben's fleet spread out in defense. The Liberty led the charge. The first shots were fired. The battle was loud and fierce. Energy beams crossed the sky. Ships exploded in bright flames. The humans fought with skill, using fast moves and smart tactics. They hid behind asteroids and used the system's moons as cover. Ben piloted his ship through the chaos. He targeted enemy fighters that tried to break through their lines. He saw friends fall, but kept fighting with all his strength. Lila's voice came through the comms. Focus on the Empire's command ship. If we take it down, their fleet will lose direction. Ben and other pilots pushed toward the command ship. It was a giant vessel. Protected by many smaller ships, the battle became harder. The Empire's guards fought fiercely to protect their leader. Suddenly, a group of Empire fighters attacked Sarah's ship. Sarah managed to escape with quick thinking. Her drones helped block the attackers, giving her time to repair the damage. Meanwhile, on the ground of Rova's main moon, human soldiers fought alongside rebels from other planets. They battled the Empire's troops trying to invade. The resistance was united. Humans and their allies stood side by side, fighting for freedom. The battle lasted many hours. The humans lost some ships, but their courage never faded. They pushed the Empire's fleet back step by step. Ben saw an opening. The Empire's command ship was weak on its side. He signaled his squadron. Together, they attacked with all their power. The command ship shook and exploded in a giant fireball. Without their leader, the Empire's fleet lost order. The ships scattered, some fleeing in fear. The humans had won the battle for Rova. The star system was safe, and the Resistance's hope grew stronger. Back on Nara, the people celebrated quietly. The victory was a sign that freedom was possible. Ben and Sarah knew the fight was far from over. But this battle had changed the game. Lord Varn's anger grew. The humans will pay for this defeat. We must crush them completely, Tira warned. Again, the humans are not just fighters. They have heart and hope. The galaxy listens to them now. Ben looked at the stars and thought of all those who fought and those who would join next. We fight for the future, for freedom. We do. Not stop. Sarah smiled beside him. The galaxy will remember this day. The day humans stood and said no more. The battle for freedom was won. But the war continued. The Empire was wounded, but not broken. The humans from Nara and their allies prepared for what was next. The stars shone brightly. Full of promise, the fight for peace had only just begun. The victory at Rova had spread hope through the galaxy. Humans and their allies now stood taller, ready to face the Empire with more courage. But the Empire was far from finished. Its leaders gathered in the dark halls of the capital city, planning their next move. Lord Varn paced in his chamber. His face was hard and cold. The humans are strong and growing, but we will not fall. We will show them the true power of the Empire. Tira stood beside him, her eyes calm but firm. Lord Varn, the humans fight not just with weapons. Their spirit is unbreakable. We should consider a new approach. Lord Varn shook his head. No, the humans must learn fear. We will crush their fleets and burn their worlds if needed. Far from the Empire's capital, Ben and Sarah worked on the next step. The human resistance was no longer hidden. They sent a message to the Empire, a final warning. Sarah prepared the message. Her voice was strong as she spoke. To the leaders of the Galactic Empire, we do not seek endless war. But if you continue to rule with cruelty, if you continue to enslave and destroy, then humanity will not stop until your worlds are ash. Ben watched the message carefully. We must be clear. This is our last chance for peace. If they ignore it, they will face the full power of humanity. The message was sent across the galaxy. It reached every Empire world and many systems. Under its control, the message shook many. Some feared the humans. Others began to question the Empire's rule. The Empire's response was swift. Their fleets moved closer to human worlds. Battles broke out near many star systems. The war grew fiercer, but the humans were ready. They fought harder, not just for themselves, but for all who wanted freedom. Their ships moved fast, their weapons strong, their courage burned brighter than ever. Ben led a mission to defend a mining colony under attack. The Empire's ships tried to destroy the mines and cut off supplies. But Ben and his fighters stood firm. They used clever tactics, surprise attacks, and the help of local rebels to protect the colony. Sarah worked behind the scenes, fixing ships and building new weapons. She sent drones to gather information on the Empire's movements. Her work saved many lives. In the middle of the chaos, a young pilot named Rena became a hero. She flew through heavy fire to deliver critical supplies to a surrounded outpost. Her courage inspired many. The humans were not alone. Some systems that once feared the Empire now joined the fight. They sent ships, soldiers, and hope. The Empire grew weaker as its control slipped. Lord Varn's anger deepened. But he saw that crushing humanity was harder than he thought. One day, Ben stood before the stars, thinking of Earth and the long journey of humanity. We fight not for hate, but for hope. We fight to build a future where all can live free. Sarah joined him, her eyes shining. The Empire may bring fire, but humanity brings light. We do not stop until it is ash. The galaxy held its breath. The final warning had been given. The battle between humans and the Empire was not over. But the humans had made one thing clear. They would never stop fighting for freedom. The galaxy had changed forever. The small planet Nara had become the heart of a great resistance. The humans had sent a clear message to the Galactic Empire. They would not stop fighting until freedom was won or all was ash. Ben stood on a cliff overlooking the green forests of Nara. The stars shone brightly in the night sky. He thought of the long fight, the battles, and the friends who had fallen. The war had been hard, but hope was alive. Sarah came beside him. The Empire is weaker now. Many worlds have joined us. They want change, just like we do. Ben nodded. We have given the galaxy a choice. The Empire must change or face the end. The future belongs to those who fight for freedom. The Empire's forces were scattered and tired. Lord Varn had fallen, replaced by new leaders who saw that the old ways could not last. Some in the Empire wanted peace, others still held onto power and fear. Ben and Sarah knew the fight might continue for some time, but now there was a chance for a new beginning. In the great halls of the human fleet, leaders from many star systems gathered. They talked of peace and rebuilding. They dreamed of a galaxy where all species could live without fear. Ben spoke to the crowd. We fought not to destroy but to protect. We fought for hope and freedom. The galaxy can be a place of peace if we all work together. Sarah smiled and added, we must remember those who gave their lives. Their courage will guide us forward. The humans began to help planets damaged by war. They shared their technology and knowledge. They worked to build new homes for those who lost everything. The story of humanity's fight spread throughout the stars. Many saw humans as heroes who rose from a quiet planet to challenge the greatest empire. Ben and Sarah often visited the forests of Nara. They knew the fight had changed them. They were stronger, wiser, and ready to lead in the new galaxy. One night, Ben looked up at the stars and whispered, this is only the start. The galaxy will never forget what we did. Freedom is worth every battle. Sarah held his hand. We will keep fighting for peace, for a new dawn. The stars shone bright above. A new age was beginning. The galaxy watched as humanity took its place, proud and free. The final warning had been given. The fight was over, but the promise of a better future had just begun.